Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I'm doing this video today because basically I've been going a bit ham with my vlogs recently. I have had a YouTube channel for a couple of years, but it's laid quite dormant, and I've only started putting videos up in April of this year, so around 4 months ago. And basically people have been watching them, but I was thinking like, no one really knows me, and when I watch other people's YouTube videos, I always watch their 50 facts about me or 25 facts about me videos, and I think it really helps. It's nice to know someone a bit better, basically. It might interest people, it might not, but I thought, well, I'll do one. I don't think I'm really interesting, so I struggled to come up with 50 facts. I've done 25. Even that was a reach, which you will see, because some of the facts are so basic. I'm one of those people that when you go to like some sort of training course or something like that, and you're all like sat in a circle and they tell you to like everyone to say one interesting fact about yourself, I haven't got an interesting fact. I wrote them on my phone, so if you see me looking down, that's why. And also got a cup of tea here. Reason being, I wanted this to be like a cozy video, but we are in the summer, it's August, and the weather hasn't been great, but today the sun is out, so and I've got a hoodie on as well, so it doesn't feel cozy, it feels a bit silly now, but we move. Number one is my middle name is Ruby. So it's been passed down, the middle name Ruby. Not sure if I'll be expected to carry it down to a daughter if I have one, but yeah, my middle name is Ruby. Number two, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I feel like most people are. Actually, no, I feel like it's lately I'm seeing a lot of haters, actually. Some people who like haven't seen even one Harry Potter. You need to watch. If you haven't seen it, don't judge it, you need to watch it. So number two, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Number three, I am a huge Disney fan. Anyone that knows me knows that. And actually, this is my favourite princess. I just resonate with her the most out of anyone. Any other princess. Number four, I am 27, although when this video goes out, very nearly 28. I'm 28 next week. Number five, I am a Leo. I love being a Leo, like the lion, everything, I love that, but I don't think I'm, well, sometimes when I read the characteristics of a Leo, I don't really think that that's me. They love being the centre of attention, they're really showy-offy, and like they'd make great actresses, you know, they love it to be all about them, and they're like glitz and glam. I'm quite the opposite, I think. I really don't like attention, like one-on-one attention. I hated the part when I got married. Actually, number six, I am married, that's number six, but I hated during my wedding when I was walking down the aisle and that moment when all the eyes are on you. I just wanted to, like, well, I did actually hide my face with my flowers. It's not me at all, and I wouldn't say I'm like flamboyant or eccentric like it says Leos are in glitz and glam. I like to dress up every now and then, but this, I'm more at home with this, to be honest, like a hoodie, my hair up. Number seven, I have two sons. Their names are Luca and Tio. Luca is 2 and Tio is 1. You might pick up on the fact that their names are Italian. We have no Italian background. They are just, it's a coincidence. They're names that we liked, and you've probably seen them on my channel because like they have been in previous videos. Number 8, my dream job when I was younger was to be a journalist. Yeah, I wanted to write I wanted to be a journalist or a broadcast journalist, so I actually wanted to be like a television presenter, but that stemmed from wanting to be a journalist first. So I really wanted to be a journalist, and I did used to write like fantasy novels and stuff, and me and my best friend in primary school used to write fake news bulletins and present them to the class. Yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was I wanted to work for like a magazine, like a fashion magazine. In my head, that probably come from watching too much Devil Wears Prada, but I didn't want to write about fashion. I just wanted to be in that environment. Yeah, anyway, number 9, my favourite colour is yellow. You see how we're reaching here with these facts. It used to be blue, it's yellow now. I just think yellow is happier. It reminds me of summer. My bridesmaids had yellow on, like a pastel yellow when I got married, and then for my first dance I changed into like a pastel yellow dress for my first dance, because I was trying to be Belle actually, and that's the truth. Our first dance was to Ariana Grande and John Lennon, their cover of Taylor's Oldest Time for the remake of Beauty and the Beast, and that's what we danced to. So I was trying to look like Belle. The fact I like yellow has actually got nothing to do with Belle actually. I just like yellow, but I mean, it's not a bad connection. Number 10, we have, shall I say, me and my husband have a Shar Pei dog called Ace. He's 4 years old. He is coming up 5 actually, like almost 5. His birthday is in September. I'll see if I can get him to come and say hello. He's a bit not grumpy. He is a happy dog, but Shar Pei's faces, they always look a bit grumpy, so I'll show you. Ace! I think he's gone. He'll probably just pop his head through the door there in a second. There he is. He's probably going to stay now for the rest of the facts. Number 11, I had laser eye surgery when I was 20 years old. I had to figure that out because I couldn't remember. I knew I had it in I knew it was February, and I knew it was either 2014, 2015, 2016. That's really bad, I couldn't even remember the year. But then I did remember I couldn't get accepted for finance because you had to be 21. I only found out that the day before, so I needed an emergency, someone to basically put the finance in their name. And my dad came to the rescue. So I was 20, so that would have been in 2014. 7 years ago now, I had laser eye surgery. The reason being, so I first got like tested and diagnosed or whatever as short-sighted when I was in year 6, so I was around 10 years old, and had to wear glasses then. And around the same time I was told I needed to have braces as well, so, and I was just about to go up to year 7, so secondary school, and I remember thinking, gosh, I have been dealt a bad hand. Like back then I had really low confidence anyway. My confidence has grown a little as I've got older, but I had really low self-esteem, and I remember thinking, there's no way I am going to school wearing braces and glasses, like no way. So I wore glasses for a little bit, and then eventually I started wearing contact lenses. Contact lenses were okay, but for me they're short term. I couldn't imagine, like I found it easy to put them in actually. That didn't bother me to put them in, but I just got a bit like lazy, and I would sleep in them and my eye would be red and sore the next day, and my eyes used to dry out. And when you go on holiday you can't really go underwater wearing your lenses, but it's like, but I want to be able to see, so I want my lenses in. So yeah, I looked into laser eye surgery. Like it took me actually a couple years to get it actually done, from when I was researching it for far longer. And then I just took the leap one day, and yeah, now I've got 20/20 vision and I haven't looked back, and I would recommend it. My husband will tell you that I don't have 20/20 vision, but I do. He still thinks my vision is rubbish. The thing about laser eye surgery is it can, like, I might need to get it redone basically. It might not be 20/20 vision forever, but I haven't noticed that my eyesight's deteriorated since having it yet, and that's been 7 years ago now. So number 12, I've been to Disneyland Paris 3 times and want to visit all the parks in my lifetime. I wouldn't say it's my life's like goal, like be all and end all, but definitely something that I want to do. Every single one I want to go to. We're meant to be going to Disneyland Paris this year in the autumn time, so that will be my 4th time going. Whether or not, based on current events, we'll be able to get there is another story, but I just miss it so much. And I don't think it's just for children, I think it's very much for adults. Every adult I know that has been there has said the same. You just can't help feeling happy when you're there. It's not like a children's thing at all. Adults do get enjoyment out of it. If you haven't been and you like Disney, even if you just like Disney mildly, like you're not a huge fan, I would recommend going to Disneyland Paris, because you will have the time of your life. It's one of my favourite places in the world. Number 13, I have 3 scars across my back from surgery I had when I was 17 on my kidney. They are in like almost like it's on my lower back, lower left side, so around here, which is probably the right side to you looking at this, and they're in the shape of a triangle almost. It was laparoscopic keyhole surgery, so they made very small incisions rather than one big one, and I hate them. I do wear bikinis, but they don't annoy me that much or affect me that much that I can't wear like crop tops and bikinis, because I you know, sometimes I forget they're even there, but then when I'm in something like a bikini and I catch sight of myself, like I just do get reminded, and I don't like the way that they look. But it was surgery I needed to have. My kidney was essentially failing. I didn't need to have a new kidney or dialysis or anything like that, but my kidney was going down basically. It was not draining, it swelled up, and I had to be drained of all this pus. And even now I think the function has decreased. It's not functioning to, you know, its maximum capacity, but I honestly, there was a time when I was getting UTIs. It was constant. It was one after the other, and the pain from that was awful. Like, giving birth was horrific. Well, no, I don't want to say horrific actually. Giving birth my first time was painful. The second time was more like a dream labour for me. It was better actually, but the pain of giving birth was nothing, in my opinion, compared to the kidneys. I mean, I was on morphine for my kidneys. It's like a blur. It made me throw up because it was so, well, I say because it was so painful, but it just made me throw up anyway, because it's just a side effect of the illness is vomiting. But I felt like I was almost vomiting because of the pain. I couldn't sit, I couldn't get comfortable. I was honestly more comfortable in labour. It was a horrific time. And then I had that surgery years ago. I was 17, and since then I still have had UTIs, but it hasn't escalated to that point. And all of that stopped when I got pregnant with my first son. For some reason the UTIs never came back after that. So number 14, I'm a massive Spice Girl fan. I went to see them on their reunion tour 2 years ago in 2019. My favourite Spice was Posh Spice. which I feel like she's nobody's favourite, but I think it's because I like Victoria Beckham, maybe. But I like them all, but I just maybe liked her a little bit more, I'm not sure. But I feel like whenever anybody else talks about their favourite Spice Girls, Posh Spice is never in the running. It's always Baby, well, any of the others really. But mine was Posh, and when I was 3 years old I got my first pet. It was a hamster and I called him Spice, and it was after the Spice Girls. Number 15, I hate odd numbers other than numbers ending in 5. Now this is where everybody watching this is probably going to think I'm a little bit strange. I won't go into it too in depth because then I do start to sound a little odd. Everybody I've told thinks it's weird, but basically, like, I try to plan major life events around even numbers. So we got engaged in 2016. Obviously I didn't know that was happening and I didn't plan to get engaged in 2016, but I'm glad that I was proposed to in that year. So I wanted to get married fairly soon after we got proposed. Like, I didn't want a long engagement. And I toyed with the idea of it being the year after, but I couldn't bring myself to book a wedding in 2017. So we went with 2018. We got married on the 14th of July. And this is where it gets a bit weird. So 14 is an even number. July, the month of July, is not. The only way that my head can wrap itself around the fact we got married on that day is that it will read 14/07/2018, and half of 7 is 14, so like 14 and then the half 7. For some reason in my head that makes it okay. Also the fact that we can also get around, we don't always say 14/07/2018, we have to say the day, like 14, and we have to say the year because there's no other, how do I put it, alternative. But we can say 14 July 2018, and that's what I always say, that I got married on the 14th of July 2018 rather than I got married on 14/07/2018. And I knew that I wanted to have a child fairly soon after getting married, and then I toyed with the idea of maybe starting after honeymoon, but the baby would have been born in 2019, which I couldn't plan to do that. If it ever happened in the future and it wasn't planned and it was the baby was going to be born in like an odd year, then so be it. Like that happened, but I wouldn't personally plan that. So I was actually pregnant for my wedding because I thought it would be better to try and have the baby in 2018 still. So we got married in the July and he was born in October, so I was almost 6 months pregnant at our wedding. Don't regret it. It was fine. You couldn't really tell. Actually most people couldn't tell that I was pregnant. I didn't start showing until around that time. I think I was like 24, 25 weeks. I think I was 25 weeks pregnant on our wedding day, and I think I literally started to show around, like on our honeymoon, my bump popped out. So if we'd have got married like a week later, yeah, like it'd have been very obvious. But yeah, and he was born on 14/10/2018, so all even numbers. And then I knew I wanted to have another child fairly soon after. Again, I didn't want 2019, so we tried for as soon as it would be a 2020 date of birth. And he was due in February 2020 and he was born on the 26/02/2020. So literally every single number of both of their dates of birth have been even. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, I don't have a fear of odd numbers or anything. I just would avoid them if I can help it. Also my own date of birth, I was born on the 9th and I was born in an odd year. So it's not something that bothers me, it's just something that yeah, this is why I didn't want to go into it too much, because it does sound weird the longer I talk about it. 16, I was a fan of Jacqueline Wilson books growing up. I think literally I read every single book. It was like the thing when you were like my age and in my school. They were huge. All my friends were fans as well, and I met her at a book signing, one of her books, and I can't remember which book it was, but she signed like the inside page. The book would be at my mum's somewhere, and she was lovely from what I remember. Number 17, the first Disney film I watched was Pocahontas. I was 2 years old and I watched it in the cinema. My mum took me to watch it in the cinema. I don't remember it, like I've seen it since, so obviously I know the film. 18, I have a degree in business management. I graduated last year. 19, I also have a qualification in international event and wedding planning, and later in life that was something I really wanted to pursue, like working in events, like event management, event planning. And to be honest, I would still like to like work in that field. I've helped a lot of friends like plan their weddings and like the things they need to do, and they do sometimes come to me for advice, which I like I'm all there. Like I will be like the chair of all these like meetings. So I love it. I love event planning, organisational stuff, like just in general life. I'm a planner. I'm not a spontaneous person at all. Number 20, my Hogwarts house is Ravenclaw, which I 100% wholeheartedly agree with. Everybody wants to be Gryffindor. I'm not going to lie. When I found out I was a Ravenclaw and I took the quizzes and all of that, there's a little part of me that was hoping that it would come out as a Gryffindor, because everybody wants to be a Gryffindor. Why wouldn't you want to be a Gryffindor? Just not Slytherin, not Slytherin. When I read into the characteristics of a Ravenclaw, yeah, I know, 100%, that's me. And I'm quite a proud Ravenclaw actually. Now I don't want to be a Gryffindor, and I'm not just saying that. I honestly don't. I'm proud to be a Ravenclaw. Actually, hang on. Ravenclaw jumper that I bought from, I think it was from In The Style, like an online fashion shop. I looked at it, I couldn't leave it. So yeah, proud Ravenclaw. Okay, number 21, we're getting to the end now, and I'm going to apologise for the following facts. I mean, I'm really, what's it called, scraping the barrel. I'm scraping the barrel with these facts, because I got to 15 and I started thinking I can't go on, there's nothing more to say about me. But number 21, out of all the characters in Friends, I am most like Monica. And I've been thinking for a while, I'm definitely a Monica. And then I asked my husband yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, which Friends character am I most like? And he didn't even hesitate. He said Monica. And I was like, yeah, I think so. I want to be Rachel, but I can't lie, I'm not Rachel. No. There are aspects of Rachel I can see in myself, but I'm not her. 22, food, more like a snack, I couldn't live without is Bombay Bad Boy pot noodles. I feel like my mum thinks they're gross. They are really strong smelling. If you've ever had this pot noodle, they're the black ones. Meant to be the spicy ones. And they're really strong, and there's a garlicky smell, and literally I could wake up in the mornings, boil the kettle and have a pot noodle in the same way that anybody else would have a cup of tea in the mornings. I'll have a pot noodle. You do literally, if you finish one of these pot noodles, you have to go and brush your teeth straight away. They do leave a taste in your mouth, but they are the most beautiful things, and I can literally, I hate to say it, but I could probably survive on them. If they ever stopped making them or got discontinued, I would mourn them. I can't imagine a world without them. I went off them when I was pregnant with my second son. Like, I couldn't stand the sight of them, the smell of them. I had loads of them in the cupboard and I just couldn't touch them until he was born. And then it just all came back. Like, it was really weird. That's the only time I've ever gone off them. I usually at like the height, like I have one a day, sometimes more. Like, it's really bad. But at the moment I'm on a bit of a thing where I'm eating better, and I didn't have one for over a week, and that for me was like, wow, like unbelievable. So yeah, I couldn't live without them. Now I can take short breaks from them, but I can't go on in life knowing that I would never have one again. 23, my favourite cocktail is a strawberry daiquiri when done right. So I like the strawberry daiquiris when you're on holiday and they make it so it's more slushy and like icy, if that makes sense. Sort of like, yeah, like less liquid, more like a slushy kind of, yeah, I know what you know what I mean. I believe that's how they're supposed to be, but in England, all the bars I've been to, they don't quite get it right. So when I go abroad and I order a strawberry daiquiri, that's how they come and that's how they're supposed to come. They don't quite do that here. It's more liquid, but which is fine. I still enjoy them, but they are just, you know, like they are the best when they're like that. Like, yeah, I adore strawberry daiquiri. That's my go-to like holiday cocktail, always. Fact 24, I am 5'6", not quite model height. I'm actually the shortest of my family. And the last fact, number 25, is my crush. I don't like that word, but I don't know what else to use. I fancy. Oh, but I don't like, I feel like you have to know somebody to fancy them. I don't obviously know this person in real life. Or I like, then you like a lot of people. Anyway, my crush, because everyone knows what you mean when you say your crush. My crush is Tom Hardy. Whose isn't like Tom Hardy yet? And also he is so talented and that helps. But I think he's a lovely person as well. Like, he loves dogs. And I love dogs. I just had to speed drink, which I cannot do, that cup of tea because it was getting lukewarm and I just can't deal with that. And I don't know about anybody else, but when you have like a hot drink, do you always have to have a glass of water or something cold after? Because I do. I can't stand the way, in the same way the pot noodles leave that kind of feeling in your mouth, like a warm feeling. I can't. I need to like brush my teeth, have something cold. Always. Like, I love a hot drink in like the autumn, winter, but I have to have cold straight after still. Like, ugh. Anyway, that's it. I hope anybody, somebody, even one person found it like semi-interesting. I always like to know a bit more about somebody when I watch their videos, and I thought, because we do like, have been doing like vlogs of like me and my family going out on days out, I just thought I would do something a bit more like personal, I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you've enjoyed in a way watching this, if you've even made it this far. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video I do. Bye.